Guys, what's up? Hello and welcome to Cereal at Midnight. My name is Heath, and in this episode we've got fresh arrivals from Umbrella Entertainment out of Australia. Before we go any further, Heavy Metal, Snapshot, the new Sensual Cinema double feature, and this Frankenstein family triple feature, all played perfectly fine in my Region A locked player. So there you go. But these are for Australia. These are Australian imports for the Australian markets, and they've never smelled so good. What the heck are you talking about, Heath? Let's start with Heavy Metal. This package shows up, and I'm like, what does it smell? Before you even open it, it's taped up, it's bubble wrap, it's taped up. I'm like, what does that smell? It smells like patchouli? Incense? It smells kind of like a head shop. I was like, where has this been? Besides Australia. Well, the culprit is this bad boy. This is the Heavy Metal air freshener, like an car air freshener. You dangle it from your rear view mirror. This is a while supplies last sort of a thing, a limited supply. When you order Heavy Metal or buy Heavy Metal from Umbrella, you get the Heavy Metal air freshener for free. It's a great collector's item. I will not be hanging this in my car. It serves a better purpose as a conversation piece here in this video. I'm not crazy about the smell, but it's a cool idea, and I love the way that Umbrella is tapping into these little added little things, the little pack-in goodies, like what we're going to talk about, sampler CD, comic books in certain releases. Let's talk about Heavy Metal, you guys. This is for if you're in Australia and you're just buying this for the first time, you are getting one of the best releases of this movie to date, because it's got a great restoration. As I said, I checked all these discs in my player. It looks beautiful. This is a great transfer for this movie, and it's loaded with special features. We've got the feature-length Rough Cut, audio commentary on the Rough Cut by Carl Macek, who's the guy that brought Robotech to the Western world, brought it out of Japan into the Western world. Bonus feature audio, Carl Macek reading his book, Heavy Metal the Movie, Imagining Heavy Metal, the making of documentary, the Neverwhere landing sequence deleted scene, the alternative framing story deleted scene with a bonus commentary, and it's just a gorgeous presentation for this cult classic movie, this midnight movie masterpiece that is, of course, an adaptation of the Heavy Metal adult comics magazine, Alternative Comics. Do we want to say this is alternative cinema based on alternative comics? You tell me. But it's a great movie with great music. Voices of John Candy, Harold Ramis, and the music of Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult, Cheap Trick, Devo, Donald Fagen, Don Felder, Grand Funk Railroad, Sammy Hagar, Journey, Nazareth, Stevie Nicks, Riggs, and Trust. This is the legend of this movie is huge. And now it is a sweet Beyond Genres Blu-ray for the Australian audience and anybody that wants to import it, right? Because it plays perfectly fine on my Region A locked player, as I said. Let's talk about Snapshot. This is a beast of a release, because not only is it a great transfer, that's the chair. Not only is it a great transfer of this movie Snapshot, which, by the way, this movie is about a woman who poses topless for an advertising campaign, then becomes very popular, rises to stardom, and becomes the object of a stalker who drives a Mr. Whippy truck. Now, I know Mr. Whippy from Little Britain. It's like the ice cream truck that drives around, and I just like, I want a Whippy. Now, you said that Mr. Whippy gave you you were lactose intolerant. Yeah, I know. Okay, this is for the Little Britain fans. But this movie is now in this super duper special edition. So there's some of this stuff that I cannot show you because it is not YouTube safe, but I'll do my best. I'll say, like, this art is here without this wording on it. And it has loaded up with special features as well, including, so here we have a 24-page booklet. We have Snapshot on Blu-ray, and again, great transfer. And check this out, an Anthony I. Janane Exploitation soundtrack sampler, CD sampler. And the tracks that are included are right there. Can you guys read that? Is that showing up for you guys? We got tracks from Patrick, Snapshot, Thirst, Harlequin, The Survivor, Race for the Yankee Zephyr. I'm like, are you guys going to bring... Is Umbrella going to do a Race for the Yankee Zephyr exploitation entry for that? That'd be really cool. Turkey Shoot, Second Time Lucky, the Time Guardian, Incident at Ravensgate, and The Dreaming. All that here is on the sampler CD. So that's really fantastic. And then the booklet itself is also really, really great. Here, let's see if I can... So that's underneath there. And then This booklet is pretty great. Hey, you know who loves a booklet? This guy. Love learning about movies via booklets like this that have really, there are certain extras that resonate with me more than others. And for me, I'm just a big old fan of a booklet. I love me a booklet because I like to learn. I like, the substance. I'm all about the substance. The flash is cool, but when you get the flash and the substance in one package, that's everything working together. Let's talk about what this has. Anthony Agenane Exploitation Sampler CD, limited to 3,000 units. We talked about that. Exclusive 24-page booklet. Talked about that. 2018 audio commentary. Let's see. 2017 audio commentary. The 2018 is with the producer Anthony Agenane. 2017 audio commentary is with Sigrid Thornton, Simon Windsor, Anthony Agenane, and Vincent Monton. Moderated by Mark Hartley, the Not Quite Hollywood guy. 2013 audio commentary with producer... Hold on. That's the third audio commentary. 2013 audio commentary with producer Anthony Agenane. Moderated by horror hostess Katarina Lee Walters. Extended interviews from Not Quite Hollywood. Producing Snapshot interview feature. 100-minute original edit taken from a VHS source. VHS fans just went like, huh? What? By the way, since this is like a direct connection to the Australian audience, when we do these umbrella videos and so many Australians watch this, Australians, is the same VHS resurgence or like cult fandom happening in Australia like it is in America? Because in America, VHS is like the king of cool right now, and people are paying big money for these very old tapes. Is that happening in other places like Australia too? Is there a big cult VHS scene? I would love to know. What else? Stills and poster gallery with audio interview with stuntman Grant Page. Yes, we talked about Grant Page several times now in a row here. Anthony Agenane trailers reel, and then the alternate US opening titles. This is fantastic. And if you doubted me, because sometimes I say this and people are like, I'm like, guys, it played perfectly fine in my Region A player. And people are like, but did it? You're telling me this played fine? And I'm like, I am. And they're like, you're telling me? I'm like, yeah, guys. But there it is, right there in black and white, A, B, and C. Now, heavy metal just says B. Focus. It just says B. But you know what's up, because I told you what's up. All right, let's talk about the Sensual Cinema entry number 3. Number 3. This is 2 films. I've seen neither of these films, and I haven't watched them yet because they just showed up, and I always try to prioritize getting the word out to you guys. This is the squeaky chair. Do you guys hear this? Hear the squeaky chair? Like, Heath had been eating some beans, and like he was having a really rough time in that video. I try to get this up for you guys as quickly as possible so you can make informed purchase decisions. So I haven't watched these yet, but I want you to see them and know what's happening here. So this is a double feature of Asian cinema from 1976 and 1978. In the Realm of the Senses is 76, and Empire of Passion is 78. And it's one disc, but it's both movies on one disc, and it's got some pretty great special features too. These are erotic, mature movies in a marketplace that doesn't traditionally allow that, and that's one of the special features here. Is they had to I'm trying to find exactly how it's worded here. Basically, they had to print this outside of let's see. This explicit study of love and death was so controversial in Japan that cans of film were smuggled to France to be processed. So, the special features Cinema and Censorship, the films of Nagisa Oshima, a discussion with Solrun Hwas, hope I said that correctly, a Melbourne-based film director and writer. Australians, you'll let me know, right? Recalling the film, deleted scenes, and this is French. So on the set, right? Sur le tournage. Okay, it's 2 movies, 1 disc, loads of special features. I'm really enjoying this line. They started with Showgirls, which was totally the right move, and then they're delving further and further into these different world cinema titles that are way off my radar. Like, haven't even heard of some of this stuff. So it's an exciting time to be discovering some of these things because we have an opportunity with, how long will this last? How long will this window last? Because history tends to prove to be more restrictive than open. Hopefully this stuff stays in print for a long time, but I don't take for granted that it will. Retro horror triple feature. We got, so Frankenstein itself, the first movie, is not here. This is sort of a sequel. This is sort of a Frankenstein family sequel. We got Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, and House of Frankenstein. Well, hello there. You guys know the little boy in Son of Frankenstein? He's like, oh, hello there. He's kind of southern. He talks like this. That kid is hilarious to me, if you know what I'm talking about. So 3 movies, 1 disc, not a big deal because these are like an hour. What's the total running time on this? 75 minutes, 100 minutes, and 70 minutes. Is Son of Frankenstein 100 minutes long? Okay. Well, anyway, what can there be said? What is there to be said about these? What do you be saying about Frankenstein? I've talked many times about these movies in the past. I love the Universal horror movies, the Universal monsters. Bride of Frankenstein is that rare sequel that may be better than the original because James Whale was like, you want a sequel? I'll give you a sequel. Like nothing you asked for. And then they're like, what are we supposed to do with this? And it's great, right? And then Son of Frankenstein, and then even in House of Frankenstein, where you really get into the other... They're great. They're just great. And so there's no special features here. Well, there's trailers. I did... As far as I know, these are the same transfers that are in the US editions, but there's the theatrical trailers for the 3 films. There's no commentaries or anything like that, but that's okay because it's a triple feature. And that is a good night at the movies, especially if you have Frankenstein already. So I just think it's cool. I don't know what the landscape is like in Australia for the Universal horror movies. I don't know if there's like big box sets, but 3 of these movies on 1 disc, that seems cool to me. So you guys will let me know what's happening over there with the Universal horror movies, but it seems like a win-win to me. So these are the 4 new entries from Umbrella Entertainment. They are available right now, and as always, reviews when I do review these, it'll show up at CerealAtMidnite.com. So keep your eyes peeled there, and we'll continue the conversation about them in the comments below. What was that? We'll continue the conversation. It's my southern coming out. Guys, thanks so much. I appreciate you very much. Take care, and I will catch you later.